In this video, you'll learn about the different kinds of stacks available to you in SwiftUI and explore how they're used to create views. Stacks are a very interesting SwiftUI element. They can be used to create horizontal, vertical, or axial groups of elements. When you create a new project using Xcode, you're presented with code that creates a vertical stack that contains two elements, a globe image and a text element containing the string "Hello World." You can use a VStack with any number of elements, but note that SwiftUI does have a limit of 10 elements per group, so if you want to add more elements, you should group them in packs of 10. You can change the vertical stack to a horizontal stack by changing one letter from V to H. Let's undo this change and return to the VStack. Stacks always try to fill only the necessary area required to display all elements. This is because stacks are not scrollable. If it contains elements that take up too much screen, they will crop them. An example is displayed on screen. The same happens when using horizontal stacks. Let's return to the earlier code. Many modifiers can be applied to stacks. For example, you can define its background color. Let's color its background gray. The stack's dimensions are now clearly visible. You can also define a frame for a stack. But wait a second. I just added a frame modifier specifying a height of 600 points and a width of 400 points, and the size did not change. This is because, as I mentioned earlier, stacks will only use the necessary space to fit all elements. Let's apply the same frame to the text element. This time, the text element expands and forces the stack to use all of the available area. Now, let's add a foreground color modifier to the stack. Although modifiers applied to a group, and a stack is a group, will work on all elements inside that group, the text is the only element inside this group that recognizes this modifier, which is why the text changed colors. Stacks have other configurations like alignment and spacing. Let's remove the frame modifier applied to the text for now in order to observe the effects of these configurations. The alignment and spacing stack properties tell SwiftUI to align the elements to the left and give them a spacing of 30 points. In addition to the VStack and HStack, there is the ZStack, which can be used to pack objects from back to front. Let's examine the code used to create a ZStack. The globe image was added to the stack, and the text element containing the string Little Lemon is placed over the globe. Note you can change the text size by applying a font modifier. Now the font is bigger, but the globe is still small. If I move the font modifier to the stack, both elements inside the stack benefit from the font modifier because they can both recognize it. In this video, you learned about the different kinds of stacks and how they can be used to organize a view.